Hello and welcome to Heavy Metal Rex. My name is Weiss, and today I'm going to be taking a look at this Torque News article that seems to be circulating around on Reddit and on Facebook. There's a couple of things in there that I'm not super happy with the way that they've written it, and this is exactly how misinformation and wrong information gets spread, and there's very specific words as to why I'm even making this, because I want to be able to correct this now because of what I actually know. So I'm going to jump into this article. Yet again, Torque News has been very interesting. The last few articles they've put out have had, man, I don't want to say like they're just making stuff up, or like maybe they're not doing the full due diligence of like researching what they're talking about. Maybe, I don't know what it is, but like I generally will go to Car Driver, Motor Trend, Torque News, and Autoblog to get most of my information. But like lately, Torque News, I think they're just writing to write, which is fine, right? You know, they got to get their content out or whatever. But the reason why this was really interesting is I wanted to go all the way down to very specific words. It says right here, why did the 2024 WRX price increase so much? Subaru Corporation has to recoup the cost of the new manual transmission. Why they use that wording, I don't understand. I've actually been trying to find where they got that, and I haven't been able to find it. I can't find it on Subaru's website. I can't find it on Car Driver. I can't find it, like, I can't find it anywhere else. If you know where if you've seen this terminology written anywhere else, you have to point it out to me, because I looked for a good 45 minutes before starting this video, and I couldn't find anything that said new manual transmission. And the reason why this is important is because a lot of people have been saying, well, the TR is really not worth it. You know, there's no more power. It doesn't have an STI transmission, et cetera, et cetera. That's fine. All opinions, whatever. But the fact part, there is no new manual transmission at all. The reason I know that is when I was actually at SubiFest, the guy that was revealing the WRX from Subaru, Bill something, the bald guy that was in front of the girl with the big butt, I actually asked him after he did the presentation. He didn't want to go on camera for obvious reasons, but I asked him, I said, hey, you know, does it have a new transmission? You know, what is it? The STI transmission is like something 85. He said, no, it has the exact same 6-speed manual transmission as the 2022 and the 2023 WRX. So this particular wording is causing a little bit of ruckus, a little bit of noise in the community, people thinking that maybe it does have something new. No, it does not have a new transmission. So if you were thinking that it does, this is not the case. Now, maybe they said this wording because it is a new manual transmission with EyeSight. So technically it's not a new transmission, but because it is working with the EyeSight system, there might be some changes to the way that it's going to stop the gears, you know, because I mean, now we have auto braking in a manual car, so there is going to be some changes happening there, but the gearing themselves, the actual transmission work itself has not changed in this car at all. I still look forward to driving one of these and seeing what it feels like having the EyeSight system stop a manual car, because I'm curious as to how that is, how that's going to work. Now, the only things that are coming standard on, and there's a couple other things they're talking about, standard, oh yeah, this is the other thing. This was really interesting because they talk about the suspension upgrade. We already know that the spring rates are being adjusted and the dampening is being adjusted for the TR only. Now, I had heard this once before, and I'm still trying to find exactly where I read it or saw it, and it was this exact part right here. The Sports Sedan has been further enhanced with additional structural reinforcement in the floor and rear suspension area. I actually heard that at SubiFest. The same guy told me that is a change that's happening. However, I have not been able to find more of these, more statements. Subaru said this one right here about the suspension, but when I click on that link that he's got posted, it just goes right back to another TR thing, which I haven't been able to find. But then when I go to Subaru's website, they have a couple of things listed here. Let me see, do they actually, they don't, I don't know why. I know that they had right here. So some of the things that they have listed here, I don't recall seeing. Let me go back and see. Maybe I made a mistake here. Yeah, okay, here we go. So this results. See, I don't know if this is new or if this was already what they had done switching to the global platform in the first place. So I don't know if that is a new thing on top of that, because this isn't even, oh yeah, because it links back to the 22 page. It doesn't actually even link back to the 24 page. That's why it's so confusing trying to find information online, especially through their website, because sometimes they link it back to their own article, or they link it to something else that's not even relevant. Like, why would they link this back to the 24? Because this says right here, Subaru America announced the 2024, but it links back to a 2022 page. So even I'm getting caught on this. So I'm still trying to find this exact quote. It says it's according to Subaru, but I have not found where I can find that from Subaru in writing. So again, if you have that information, definitely send it to me, because I would like to be able to have it and say, there it is from Subaru. As of right now, Subaru doesn't really have anything else listed for the TR besides like the few things that we've talked about, which is, you know, like the brakes, the suspension change, the EyeSight. Now, something that is coming standard to all of the 2024s is obviously the EyeSight. The base is getting the 10-inch or 10.6-inch screen, so you're not going to have the dual screens anymore. And all of the WRXs are actually getting a larger brake master cylinder, which is, I guess that's fine if you're going to be switching over to into like putting Brembos on it. That's something that's useful to you. But these were the things that I wanted to talk about. The suspension is changing for the TR only. I have not been able to confirm any more structural changes, because I would imagine that they wouldn't just make those changes on one trim, because that's part of the global platform. So if they're going to make that change structurally to one, they would make it to all of them. It doesn't make sense to just do it to one. As for the 6-speed, again, it is the same TY75 that has been coming in the standard WRX, which is the one that I have, which is the one that you have, if you have a 22 or a 23. So it just seems like as it gets closer to the release of the 2024 WRX TR, there's going to be constant articles popping up daily, and I tend to read these. You know, I tend to read them to see if there is anything new. Really, there isn't, and we need to try and keep our expectations as tempered as possible. It's still just a WRX. There was another article, or there was a whole conversation on, I think it was Reddit, they were talking about, you know, would you get a hybrid or an EV STI? We have time, right? There hasn't been a WRX that I know of that has changed mid-generation by adding more power. The only thing that really comes to mind is when they went from the original EJ block to the Type RA block, and it went from like 310 to 315 horsepower or something like that, but that was just the STI only. And before then, the STI engine hadn't changed for like 22 years. So not really relevant for the WRX. The WRX has always just been whatever they put out, they just stick with. We have had a few facelifts over the course of the WRX's lifetime within its own generation. Like obviously you look back at the 2015, did have a facelift where they made the bumper less paint matched, which is somewhat ironic considering where we are now, a fully non-paint matched front bumper. You never know. There could be a possibility of some sort of cosmetic change, but we will just wait and see. Anyway, I hope you guys found this video informative. Hopefully, if you saw this article and you were confused, this helps. I will continue to try and find more information, more news. If you find something, please definitely share it with me. Anyway, guys, I will see you in the next one. Before you go, if you like this video, please consider subscribing to the channel. Hitting that subscribe button costs you guys nothing, and it gains me everything. I try to provide as much entertainment and information as possible, whether you're looking at my racing series, Vehicular Acceleration Testing, or you're looking at Tuner Talk, which is actually a great series for newcomers and veterans. My only goal is to try to make the VB community better, and I can't do that without your help. Thank you.